Time now for Media Watch, our look at what's been making news in the Chinese media. First up, Xinhua News Agency has published a major policy speech on education given by Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao. The address dealt with the crucial role of teachers in the education system and comes a month after his high-profile televised visit to a high school in the capital in the run-up to National Teachers' Day. On that occasion, the Premier attended a day of classes with the students of Beijing's number 35 high school and even shared a canteen lunch with his new classmates. In his speech, one called for reforms in the educational sector and stressed the need for educators to have management skills and the judgment necessary to run schools successfully. And in a much-reported follow-up letter to Xinhua, one also corrected a basic mistake he made in naming different types of rock, which appeared in the original version. The Premier is a graduate of the Beijing Institute of Geology. Now, 6 junior high school students who thought it was fun to practice their kung fu skills on unsuspecting classmates have been shamed online. HSW.cn reports that 22 photographs taken at Xifei No. 2 Middle School were uploaded on the net and caused quite a furore, as well as concerns over school violence. Hauled up in front of the principal, these would-be Bruce Lees claimed they hadn't caused any serious harm to their punch-bag classmates and were simply having fun striking kung fu poses for the camera. The school, which contacted their parents, didn't take such a light view of the incident and handed down disciplinary punishment. The China Daily reports that a just-released study suggests almost 30% of Beijing's malls and supermarkets have excessive concentrations of formaldehyde in the air. This is something that could pose a threat to customers, as formaldehyde is a chemical used widely to produce building materials such as drywalls and household products, and long-term exposure can cause serious health problems. The Beijing Municipal Health Bureau carried out the 4-month-long investigation into airborne toxins in indoor public areas between May to August. It found that formaldehyde concentrations failed to meet national standards in almost a third of cases. The test involved nearly 160 buildings, including over 80 hotels and a similar number of shopping malls and supermarkets. Now, an attempt to ferry too many workers in a car has ended in tragedy in the boom city of Shenzhen in southern China. The southern metropolis carries the story of a negligent pickup truck driver who crammed 17 labourers into his car, which had a legal capacity for just 5 people. The vastly overloaded vehicle tipped over after driving just 200 yards. The tragic result was 3 deaths and 9 injuries, all of the victims migrant workers. The paper adds that scenes of cars overloaded with migrant workers like this are a common sight in the city. Now, a bold new plan that could mean the relocation of 10,000 households in one of Beijing's most densely populated residential areas. The capital's central business district plans to double its size over the next 8 years. The Beijing News reports that a proposed city government plan will see a 2-square-mile expansion of the concrete and glass tower block business hub from the East 3rd Ring Road near Guomao to the 4th Ring Road near Sihui Bridge. The scheme is scheduled to be completed within the next 6 to 8 years and claims it will attract more major multinational corporations and create as many as 100,000 new jobs. Local officials promised the expansion would not come at the expense of the area's current residents. Now, a cautionary tale from the Chongqing Times. It notes that buying online has become more and more popular in China, but while certainly convenient, it's not risk-free, even for the seller. The paper recounts the story of a Ms. Guo from Hebei province who bought $600 worth of jade jewellery online but didn't receive exactly what she expected. 2 days after making her purchase, her package duly arrived, but when the eager buyer opened the box, all that glistened was not jade. Instead of her expensive jewellery, she was faced with a plastic pack of beef jerky. When the seller, Lu Shuiying, tried to claim from the delivery company, they freely admitted that it was a case of employee theft, but refused to pay up because she had not insured her consignment. Instead, they offered her just $24 in compensation for failing to make the delivery. And finally, the story of a lovelorn Guangzhou man with an unrequited crush on one of the southern city's football team cheerleaders. The besotted fan mounted a one-man pitch invasion when he ran onto the field as the cheerleaders began their routine during the Guangzhou vs Changchun Super Cup League Round 27 game. Wearing a t-shirt emblazoned with the words "I love you," the ardent admirer made a desperate attempt to reach his beloved and present her with the obligatory bunch of roses. Sadly for him, if not for the unsuspecting cheerleader, security guards reached him before he reached her. And while everyone seems to have taken it in good spirit, perhaps this was a case of carrying "say it with flowers" just a bit too far. And that's all for the team here at BON News for now. Thanks for watching.